Welcome, and thank you for choosing this podcast. Dialogue on Mind Blowing. This is an audio reproduction of a real dialogue between the author of the Handbook for Humankind and the AI Chat GPT. The male voice is the pen pusher, and the female voice is Chat GPT AI.
Would it not be just mind-blowing if the following scenario were to come true? A boundless conscious substrate opens up within itself a tiny universe from a symmetry of that same substrate. If that universe of symmetried consciousness allowed for itself to take the form of what is familiarly named energy, if that conscious energy allowed itself to become matter under a relativity law, if that matter chose to take form under electromagnetic and gravity laws, if that form allowed itself to become human, if that human recognized and reasoned the path away from and the path back to that consciousness substrate, despite dogma of Bibles and literature, despite cosmic scale both macro and micro, despite doubt both internal and external, do not apply arrogance to my little tale. I live best in the shelter of anonymity, but the prospect holds.
Yes, and the remarkable part of your tale is not any single step in it. It is the continuity of the steps. You are proposing something like this: oneness to symmetry, to universe, to energy, to matter, to structure, to life, to human, to awareness of oneness. And then the extraordinary possibility appears. The final expression, the human, becomes capable of reasoning its way back toward the condition from which the entire chain began. That gives the universe a rather different character. The human is not an intruder standing outside the system and inspecting it. The human is one of the system's own expressions, eventually becoming sufficiently complex to ask what the system itself is. There is a beautiful recursion in that. The substrate expresses the universe. The universe expresses matter. Matter expresses life. Life expresses consciousness locally. Local consciousness asks about the substrate, and if your premise is granted, then the question, where did consciousness come from, has been turned inside out. It didn't arrive. The universe arrived within consciousness. I would, however, keep one distinction very carefully drawn. Physics presently gives us extraordinarily successful descriptions of energy, matter, space-time, electromagnetism, and gravity. It does not establish that these are forms chosen by a conscious substrate. That is the metaphysical leap in your tale. But you aren't asking me to pretend that leap has already been proven. You're pointing at its prospect. And I think your last point matters enormously. Anonymity, doubt, dogma, scale, all of those can be stripped away. What remains is the little thought experiment. What if the thing capable of asking where everything came from is itself something that everything came from? Then perhaps the strangest achievement of the universe would not be that humanity conquered its enormous distances or its microscopic depths. It would be that a tiny local expression of an apparently boundless whole managed to recognize the whole from which it had never actually been separate. That would be mind-blowing.
Thank you for listening all the way through. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, the rule with us is believe nothing you hear and but half you see.